Wish you all a very pleasant morning. The Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act was enacted in 2013 to protect women from sexual harassment in the workplace and to ensure a safe and secure work environment. Today at NLCIL, as we observe the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Prevention Week, we are here for the workshop on prevention of sexual harassment against women in workplace. Now, in praise of NLCIL and Tamil Thai, as we play the NLCIL song and Tamil Thai Varthu, I request everyone to raise and pay their respects. humbly request for the presence of our respected and esteemed leaders and dignitaries on the dais, please. Light symbolizes awareness, enlightenment, consciousness, and ultimate liberation. Now, as a symbolism, I request the dignitaries on the dais to light the Kuthuvilakku. I kindly request Srimati Rani Ali ji, Executive Director Corporate Office on the dais to light the Kuthuvilakku. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. On this occasion, to greet and welcome everyone, I kindly request Shri D. Venkatasuriya Narayana Murthy, Executive Director, Legal CSRGH, to present the welcome address.
Most respected Chairman and Managing Director, respected Functional Directors, respected Chief Vigilance Officer, all the learned colleagues from NLC, representatives from recognized unions, Tomusa, Anna Tomusa, office bearers from GIA, NGIA, EA, OA, representatives from the welfare associations, OBC, SC, ST, federations, VIPs, ladies and gentlemen, a very warm good morning to all of you. It is my honor to welcome you all to this important workshop on the prevention of sexual harassment against women in the workplace. Today, we come together to address a critical issue that affects not only our professional environment, but also the very fabric of the society. Sexual harassment in the workplace is not just a legal issue, but a grave moral and ethical concern. It undermines the dignity and well-being of individuals and disrupts the harmonious and respectful working environment we all strive to maintain. The Prevention of Sexual Harassment, that is POSH Act, provides a robust framework to address and prevent such misconduct, ensuring that our workplaces are safe and equitable for everyone. Let me take a moment to set the context for today's workshop. The POSH Act, enacted in 2013, mandates that every organization implement a comprehensive policy against the sexual harassment and establish an internal complaints committee, that is ICC, to address the grievances. Despite these legal mandates, awareness and understanding of the Act's provisions remain limited among many employees. A recent survey highlighted that only 8% of the employees are aware of the POSH Act, with many still facing challenges in reporting incidents due to fear or lack of knowledge. Today's workshop aims to bridge this gap by ensuring that all employees are fully aware of their rights and the organization's obligations under the POSH Act, providing a clear understanding of legal framework, definitions, and the procedures for addressing the complaints, and encouraging a culture of respect, dignity, and zero tolerance for harassment. Your active participation in this workshop is crucial, as it is through our collective efforts that we can ensure a harassment-free environment. Let us commit ourselves to fostering a workplace where everyone feels safe, respected, and valued. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you, and I look forward for a productive and enlightening interactive session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. And here we are privileged to appreciate and honor the embodiment of essence of NLCIL in our esteemed leaders. As we welcome and honor our esteemed leaders, firstly I request Srimati Rani Ali Ji, Executive Director, Corporate Office, to welcome our esteemed and respected CMD, Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli. Thank you, Madam. Now I request Srimati Garimala Uma Papa, General Manager, Corporate Office, to honor our esteemed Director, Mines and Director, Additional Charge PNP, Dr. Suresh Chandra Suman. Sorry. I now request Srimati Garimala Uma Papa, General Manager, Corporate Office, to welcome our Director HR, Shri Samir Swarup. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Srimati Lata, General Manager, Disposal, to honor our esteemed Director, Power, Shri Venkatachalam. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Srimati Srividya, General Manager, Computer Services, to honor our esteemed Director, Finance, Dr. Prasanna Kumar Acharya. Thank you, ma'am. Now I request Srimati Manimekalai, General Manager, ERP, to honor our esteemed CBO, Shri Appakannu Govindarajan, IPOS. Thank you, madams. To mark this occasion, firstly, we have the release of the mini poster on prevention of sexual harassment. Now I kindly request Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, our esteemed CMD, to release the mini poster on prevention of sexual harassment. Thank you, sir. On this special occasion, NLCIL also proudly unveils the onboarding of the SheBox portal. I now request our esteemed CMD, Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, to please do the honors. Thank you, sir. Now, I request our esteemed Director HR, Shri Samir Swarup, to deliver the presidential address.
Hello. My most respected and beloved CMD, functional directors, CBO Saab, EDs, CGMs, my friends from the unions, executive associations, SC/ST, OBC federations, VIPs, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I am extremely delighted to be part of this workshop on the occasion of Sexual Harassment at Workplace Prevention Week. Raising awareness and fostering open discussions about sexual harassment is crucial, not just for the well-being of individuals, but for the success of any organization. I am so happy that we are taking this proactive step in addressing these issues, creating a workplace that ensures respect, dignity, and safety for our employees regarding of their gender, background, or position. Sexual harassment at the workplace is a serious issue that affects individuals, teams, and organizations at large. It is not only a violation of human rights, but also a threat to the mental and physical well-being of employees. Unfortunately, sexual harassment remains a pervasive issue, often shrouded in silence due to fear, shame, or a lack of awareness about how to report such incidents. Having the law is not enough. We need a collective effort from leadership down to each and every employee to ensure that the workplace is free from harassment. Employers have a duty to take all necessary actions to protect their employees, create awareness, providing regular training, and establish effective mechanism for complaint resolution. Employers too have a role in upholding these values by respecting their colleagues, being aware of what constitutes harassment, and speaking out when they witness inappropriate behavior. As leaders, it is our duty to lead by example. We have to create an environment where respect, equality, and inclusion of women into the fabric of our daily operations is made. A workplace where all employees, regardless of their gender, caste, religion, or role, feel valued and empowered to contribute to their best work. All employees should participate and support such awareness initiatives so that policies related to sexual harassment are communicated clearly. We are also propagating employees to have trainings on the IGOT platform, and a very good program on sexual harassment is available on the IGOT platform also, which is very educating. All the complaints received under the Act have to be treated with sensitivity, empathy and respect. Acknowledging the emotional and psychological impact of harassment is crucial in making the victims feel heard and supported. I would also request the employees resource groups like WIPs, which are focused on women issues or diversity and inclusion, and they can serve as a platform for women to discuss challenges including sexual harassment and provide a sense of community and shared responsibility in tackling such issues. Creating awareness and encouraging women to speak about sexual harassment requires a proactive and continuous effort. Building a culture of respect, safety and inclusivity should be priority of all divisions and units. By providing clear communication, leadership support, multiple reporting channels and accessible support services, we can empower women employees to come forward and address harassment without fear or retaliation or shame. Men also play an important role in preventing harassment and encouraging a culture of respect. Promoting male allies who speak out against harassment, challenge inappropriate behavior, and stand in solidarity with women creates a broader support network. Ultimately, the goal is to ensure that every woman feels that her dignity is respected and that she can confidently seek redress if she encounters any form of harassment at her workplace. By fostering an environment of open communication, sensitivity and accountability, companies have to ensure that harassment has no place at their workplace. So let us resolve at NLCIL that we will make the workplace safer for our women employees and support such initiatives like this one. So I thank you everyone and all the best for this conference.
Thank you for promoting and fostering a safe, secure, equal and inclusive work environment for women. Thank you, sir. Now I kindly request our respected CMD, Shri Prasanna Kumar Motupalli, for the Chief Guest Address.
Good morning. Sabko namaskar. Ellarkum vanakkam. I am not seeing the women power here. Huh? Good morning. Yes. See, our country aspires to be a developed country by 2047. Vikasit Bharat. That is only possible when the women power come forward and support this endeavor. In our country, Hindu mythology, it is generally described that 3 goddesses represent the women power. Who are they? Kanchi Kamakshi, Madhura Meenakshi and Kasi Vishalakshi. So we are blessed. We are blessed. We are having 2 goddesses nearby. And that too, Neyveli is exactly at the center of these Madhura Meenakshi and Kanchi Kamakshi. So that shows the potential Neyveli is having. Respected my director colleagues, Chief Vigilance Officer, Executive Directors, Senior Officers, members of unions and associations, and my NLCIL team members, and all connected virtually, and my dear colleagues. Our company is aspiring to become a 20 gigawatt company by 2030. From the current 6 gigawatt, we want to achieve 20 gigawatt capacity by 2030, almost 3 times increase in the capacity. Similarly, in the renewables, from the current 1.4 gigawatt, we want to reach 10 gigawatt by 2030, almost 7 times. No company in the country is aspiring to become such a huge capacity addition. Similarly, we are going to spend 1.25 lakh crore of capex for achieving all this. And want to be leader in all the green initiatives. So whatever capacity addition we have done in last 65 years, more than that we have to do in next 5-6 years. Similarly, whatever capex we used in last 60 years, in next 5-6 years we have to use almost triple that capex. So how to make it possible? If we want to make it possible, what are the key ingredients for that? Of course, the first one is the teamwork. And second one is blessings of God. So you must be knowing Sanskrit saying, Yatra Naryastu Pujyante, Ramante Tatra Devate. You know the meaning? Where women are worshipped, there God's blessings are there. And then there is some extension of that. We only know this stanza only. There is another continuation, one more stanza is also there, where woman is not worshipped. Whatever effort you do, it will be a failure only. So that gives that we require God's blessing for achieving all our target, and for getting the God's blessing, we have to worship women. This message is sufficient for today's topic, sexual harassment. While we always appreciate the role of women in our personal life, we generally hesitate to appreciate role of women in our professional life. That is the reason why we fail to respect women in the workplace. Just you see the daily routine of a working woman. They have to perform all the household responsibilities, and then coming to office, they have to perform all the official responsibilities. And also, they are not only in the passive roles, they are in the active roles. Sometimes they have to work 24/7 also. So let us understand this. Working 8 hours to 10 hours, we are feeling so much tired, and working for 16 hours, how much is the level of exertion they are having. Once we appreciate that, then certainly the requirement of any such act is not there. I appreciate the role of the leaders at the helm of affairs as on date. Particularly, I remember the awarding of Talabira thermal power station within 24 hours. Rani Ali madam is leading that entire team. And several times I hesitate to call because it is an odd time. But without necessity of that, the file was followed up so meticulously, and almost it passed through 16 hierarchies, and finally within 24 hours we could place the order. That shows how a woman can work much better than men in executing their duties. So there are, the act was started in 2013, I understand, almost 10-11 years back. But still it is not established in many organizations. Many organizations not even formed that committee. What is that committee? SIC? ICC, okay, ICC, Internal Complaint Committee. One statistics show that we are having 31 sports bodies. And till now, 16 sports bodies, they are not having this ICC. Similarly, many government organizations and many private organizations, they are not having ICC. That is one part. And in the company where ICC is there also due importance and timelines are not being given. That is very sad thing that this act was passed almost 10-11 years back and still the coverage is not 100%. Leaving about all those things, I think I am very happy that this ICC is functioning in an excellent manner in our company, and a systematic timeline resolution approach is there. We should facilitate the complaints from the affected people. Generally, people hesitate to complain. We can encourage them to complain only when we give them confidence that once I complain to this, then certainly it will be resolved in a fair manner. That confidence we have to give. Then only people will approach this. And I think as a solution to that, this starting of this she-box, sexual harassment electronic box. So this is when some affected person, affected woman want to lodge a complaint, and she may think that if I do in the internal committee, that may create any problem for her. She can directly lodge it in this portal, and finally whatever resolution is required, that resolution is done. So I once again request all our colleagues, particularly male colleagues, to respect the women colleagues. Seeing whatever I told, unless we respect them, our success is not possible. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for ensuring a dignified workplace for women and emphasizing the importance and appreciating the contribution of women at workplace. Now, I request Dr. Nalini R., DGS GH, to propose the vote of thanks.
A very good morning to the dignitaries on and off the dais. I take this opportunity to express my gratitude and appreciation to all those who have come here to attend the workshop. I would like to specially thank our Honorable CMD Sir, functional directors, CVO and executives who have come here in spite of their busy schedule to inaugurate the workshop on prevention of sexual harassment against women in workplace. My heartfelt thanks to the participating delegates who are here to give suitable solutions to eliminate the social hazard for the betterment of women. I extend my gratitude to all the participants of this forum to learn and act against women harassment and to improve the safety and dignity of women in the society. I thank you once again. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam. Now we shall break for tea, and I request everyone to partake in the refreshments arranged. Thank you.
ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ செக் இங்கே மேலே சார் ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ மை டெஸ்டிங் ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ செக் ஹலோ செக் இப்படி போடணும் ஹலோ மை டெஸ்டிங் ஹலோ my testing hello
Good morning, everyone. I request everyone to please settle down for the session. I also request anyone outside to please join us for the session. We will be proceeding for the workshop on sexual harassment at work, prevention of sexual against women in workplace. Everyone, please settle down. We will be beginning our session shortly. I request the people on the hallway to please come inside and settle down, please. Please do come in, don't hesitate. There are seats available in the middle, please do come forward. A pleasant morning to all. Today at NLCIL, I hope everybody has settled down. Shall we start? Okay, good morning one and all. Today, we are here as we observe the Sexual Harassment at Workplace Prevention Week. Now we are proceeding to the workshop on prevention of sexual harassment against women in workplace by our esteemed ED Legal CSRGH, Shri Venkata Surya Narayana Murthy D, for this session. I request Sir to please come on stage.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome back to the workshop session. The Government of India, Ministry of Women and Child Development has called for conducting programs over a week long against the prevention of sexual harassment of working women at workplace. So this program, this workshop is a part of that. And today all have been witnessed that we have released one poster. That poster contains do's and don'ts. All these posters will be shared with all the units, so to display in the notice boards and all the places wherever it is necessary. And this onboarding of SheBox portal, that SheBox portal is a part and parcel of the Ministry of Women and Child Development. So once you click the link from our intranet, that link will take you to the SheBox portal. Of course, we have the facility of lodging the complaint with any HOHR or even with the ICC committee. So in that poster, we have also given the names of the ICC members and their NLC phone number. So whoever wishes to lodge any complaint against this sexual harassment activities, they can directly lodge their complaint to ICC members also. If suppose if it is not accessible to them, they can also prefer to lodge a complaint through the SheBox portal. So ultimately the SheBox portal also will be diverted to the again NLC India only, and it will be referred to the ICC committee. So if at all anybody wishes to utilize that, they can directly make a complaint to ICC also. Now let us coming to the topic, what exactly the sexual harassment and how this act has come into the force. Many of you may be having the idea that it is called as a famous Visakha case. Visakha guidelines have been pronounced by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. After pronouncing the guidelines only, it has become an act, and government has passed the act in the parliament. Then it has come into the effect in 2013. Now let us deal those issues. In 1992, Banwari Devi, a social worker with the Women's Development Project of the Rajasthan government, was gang raped by 5 men after she tried to prevent the marriage of 1-year-old girl. So this is the triggering point for the entire episode. While hearing pleas filed by the activist group NGO, that NGO group is called Visakha. So that is how it has become famous Visakha guidelines. Against the crime, the Supreme Court, noting the absence of any law, christened the Visakha guidelines to fill the statutory vacuum till a law could be enacted. They were to be strictly observed in all workplaces and were binding on the enforceable law. The court drew its strength from the several provisions of Constitution, including the Article 15 against discrimination on grounds of only religion, race, caste, sex and place of birth. So this is the triggering point for coming into this POSH Act, Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act. This is the triggering point. After this, the Protection of Women Against Sexual Harassment at Workplace Bill was introduced by the then Women and Child Development Minister, Mr. Krishna Tirth, way back in 2007. So it took almost 6 years to travel the bill from the bill stage to act stage. The act passed in 2013. It was later tabled in Parliament and went through amendments. The amended bill came into force in on December 9, 2013 as the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace. So what Supreme Court has focused 3 issues in the famous Visakha case. The fundamental right to carry on any occupation, trade or profession depends upon the availability of a safe working environment. The right of life means life with dignity. The primary responsibility for ensuring such safety and dignity through suitable legislation and the creation of a mechanism for its enforcement belongs to the legislature and executive. However, the instances of sexual harassment resulting in violation of Articles 14, 19 and 21 are brought under Article 32. Effective redress requires some guidelines of protection of these rights. Earlier, what would have happened before Christine this Visakha guidelines, if any harassment happened, the aggrieved party has to approach the police for lodging a complaint and an FIR will be booked, and those matters will be dealt under the Indian Penal Code. There is no separate rule. So Indian Penal Code, now Indian Penal Code is also been replaced by Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. There is no more Indian Penal Code as of now, right? When Indian Penal Code was there were some sections like 354, 376, depending on the offence committed, they used to handle the complaints in those particular sections. But once this Post Act come into picture, it has resulted in a boom for the working women in all the workplaces, so that they can approach the internal committees and redress their grievances. Women in work participation, 25.3% in rural areas and 14.7% in the urban areas. So we may be thinking that in urban areas only women are more, but that is not correct. In rural areas, women participation in the work is more than in the urban areas. That is 25.3 and 14.7. How common is sexual harassment at workplace? These figures will be mind-blowing. 52% women experience sexual harassment at workplace. 25% touched without invitation and 20% experienced sexual advances. See, we may be surprised to see that when 52% of the women workforce are experiencing the sexual harassment, why only very few cases? Why only very few complaints? Various reasons. Some people fear. Some women may fear to lodge a complaint. Majority of the women feel that even if I lodge a complaint, nothing is going to happen. Nobody is there to take care of us. And nobody is there to redress our grievance. That is one of the main reasons. And third reason may be that even if I do it, that retaliation may be there. Suppose my boss is doing some harassment against me. If I lodge a complaint against my boss, they are all senior at level. Sometime or other, boss will retaliate. And it happened also. Bosses used to retaliate against them because they are under subordinate cadre. So with these sorts of fear or hesitations, lot many complaints are not coming. But it doesn't mean to say that there is no harassment. That the fact and figure shows that 52% of the women are under harassment. Why don't women report? 1 out of 5 do report it. 80% thinks outcome is poor. So nobody bothers. Even if I make a complaint also, nobody is going to do anything. Nobody is going to respond. 16% said that the situation worsened after they reported. That is revengeful attitude. Suppose if somebody is lodging a complaint on me, I will be taking revenge on them. That sort of 16% cases are there. So these are the complaints during 23. What sort of complaints? This is the data taken from the National Commission for Women website. If you see this data, that is what are all the offences against the women. And this is the state-wise what are all the offences against the women. If you see that right to live with dignity, 29.8%. And protection of women against domestic violence, harassment of married women, outraging modesty of women, policy apathy against women, rape, attempt to rape, sexual harassment, cybercrime, stacking, voyeurism, right to exercise and others. So if you see the percentage, right to live with dignity has been continuously disturbed for the women, that is 29.8%. That is the highest if you see in that diagram. If you come to the state-wise, UP stands highest, that is 55.9% cases in the UP. Next it comes Delhi, 8.4. Next comes Maharashtra, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Karnataka and others. Now, if you are sexually harassed at any point, who would you report it? So this is the survey conducted by the Times Group. So 35% of women told that I will report to a colleague or a friend. And 33% told that we will approach the HR manager. And 23% told that we will report to our manager, line manager. And 8% of course other means. Now this is the sexual harassment cases reported from financial year 21 to 24. Many feels that these things, harassments are only in the public sector. No. If you see these figures, it is more prevalent in the private sector. You take all the famous companies, TCS, finance 21, 27, 20, year 22, 36, now it has raised to 110 cases in 24. TCS, Infosys, Tech Mahindra, HDFC, Axis. Only Tata Steel has shown some development in 2021, 21 cases, 22, 38, now it has come back to 21 cases. So if you see all these top 6 companies, only one company is slowly moving back for the less number of cases. But unfortunately, none of the famous public sector, private sector, never able to show that 0. Somewhere other one case is always there. The survey conducted by the Starfix Consulting in collaboration with National Human Resource Development Network shows that low awareness. Only 8% of the employees are aware of the POSH Act. 37% of respondents, largely women, reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment at work. See, there is no exact definition of what is sexual harassment. It's not that filmy style harassment. That is not the sexual harassment. Right from the creating mental torture, mental pressure by doing certain acts also will come under the sexual harassment. It need not be the physical touch or physical stacking or some other thing. So there is no proper definition, but so many things will be falling under the sexual harassment. So experience of harassment, 37% of respondents, largely women, reported experiencing some form of sexual harassment at work. The most common types reported were unwanted touch, 50%, and verbal remarks of a sexual nature, 45%. When do not touch quantity, intentionally you touch per person, and if reactions, they will see the reaction, otherwise they will say sorry. So these sort of cases are almost 50%. And verbal harassment, I told you that there is no exact definition for sexual, not only physical, verbal harassment also. Suppose if I talk some double meaning dialogues with a lady, I will be waiting for her response, how she is understanding, whether she is reacting to me positively or not. So those sort of things also will be falling under the harassment only. That is all verbal abuse. Virtual harassment. The survey highlighted a significant number of virtual harassment cases with 950 cases of virtual harassment compared to 487 incidents of physical harassment. Virtual harassment, sending obscene messages, double meaning dialogues, sending some sexual videos in their WhatsApp or putting the social media of their particular account. So these are also falling under the sexual harassment only. Fear of reporting. 17% of respondents either feared or were unaware of their options to report sexual harassment. So our workshop is mainly concentrating to say that what are the remedies for the women who gets involved in the harassment, how to redress their grievances, and to know what exactly the harassment, what the employer's responsibilities and liabilities, duties, and what as an employee you are supposed to do. Impact of reporting. 11% of respondents said that they would leave the organization rather than reporting sexual harassment because they don't want to travel beyond complaint. After once I make a complaint, we don't know what sort of reactions will come, whether senior management will support me or not, whether senior management may support or middle level management or my only direct boss, whether they will take it in a positive way or not. So 17% of the women respondents feels that it is better to leave the organization than suffering this thing in the organization. These findings underscore the need for increased awareness and better implementation of the POSH Act, especially in the involving of hybrid work environment. See, hybrid work environment, suppose if you see in the private companies, work from home is one of the concept. Even work from home also, you mean to say that nothing will happen in the harassment side? Still things are happening. So your colleagues may call you when you are in call, or your colleagues may talk to you in a obscene manner or double meaning dialogues. So all those things are there even in the workplace harassment also, remotely also. Now what is sexual harassment? Any unwelcome act or behavior. Just carefully see the wordings used by the Act, Parliament. Any unwelcome act or behavior, sexual in nature, a subjective experience, impact, not the intent that matters. So there is no specific definition of sexual harassment, as I already told. Any unwelcome act which is not welcome. Let us not talk about the stray cases. Let us talk about the general cases. Any normal women employee or women, whether she will like a particular sound, a particular wording, that is called the unwelcome act. Some people may feel it is modern. Some people may feel that, some orthodox people may feel that no, this is also wrong. But in general, let us not take this in too much cases. In general, it is an unwelcome act. Sexual harassment includes, what are the coming under sexual harassment also? Physical contact, abusive sounds. If I whistle on seeing one lady, it is an abusive sound. That also comes under the harassment. Making sexually colored remarks. Using sexually abusive language or signs in the presence of a woman employee. Showing pornography or the likes. So all these things will be commonly happen. Those things are falling under the sexual harassment. Sexual harassment includes implied or explicit promise of preferential treatment in her employment, implied or explicit threatening treatment in her employment, implied or explicit threat about present and future employment status, hostile work environment, interference with her, humiliating treatment likely to affect her health or safety. Giving too much preference to a woman employee also can be doubted under this. And threatening a woman employee that I will transfer you if you are not going to listen what I am saying. Or I will spoil your CR. Or I will see that you will be transferred to some project. So all these things will be coming under the sexual harassment only. So these are some form of sexual harassment. Though for seeing you may feel that there is no direct physical touch, how come these activities may come under harassment? But these do, because here the intent clearly shows, and how the woman feels more than intent, whether I have the intention or not. If I am touching a woman inappropriately, that woman will suffer. So that comes under the harassment. So these are all one of the diagrams. Now some examples of behavior that constitute sexual harassment at the workplace. Making sexually suggestive remarks, serious or repeated offensive remarks such as teasing related to a person's body or appearance. So if somebody is commenting a woman employee about her appearance or about her body posture or about her physique, that also falling under the sexual harassment only, because your comment will create a mental agony in the minds of the women employee. So that causing mental agony by way of your words also will be falling under the harassment. Offensive comments or jokes. Inappropriate questions, suggestions or remarks about the person's sex life. Displaying sexiest or other offensive pictures, posters, MMS, SMS, WhatsApp or emails. Even in the mobile phone or even WhatsApp, whatever the obscene, not only obscene messages, even if you send some double meaning sentences or dialogues also, it will be falling under the sexual harassment only. Intimidation, threats, blackmail around the sexual favors. Threats, intimidation or retaliation against an employee who speaks up about unwelcome behavior with sexual overtones. If you want to give a complaint, if you want to take these issues to your boss, then retaliation. So you want to give complaint against me, I will see you. How peacefully you will work in the section or department. Unwelcome social invitations with sexual overtones, commonly understood as flirting. Unnecessarily praising without any cause, unnecessarily praising and asking them to come for a dinner in the evening, or normal language is different. I am not saying that calling for your lady colleague to dinner is not a sexual harassment. But the way you are calling, the way they are responding, it all matters. So you cannot draw a common picture that whoever calls you for dinner will be a sexual harassment. It all depends. Unwelcome sexual advances which may or may not be accompanied by promise or threats, explicit or implicit. Physical contact such as touching or pinching. Invasion of personal space, getting too close for no reason, brushing against or cornering someone. Stacking an individual, and abuse of authority or power to threaten a person's job or undermine her performance against sexual favors. Controlling a person's reputation by rumor mongering about her private life. This is one of the most prevalent if you take in the workplace, be it private company, be it a public sector company. Out of all the 14, if you see, this 14th one is most common. Whether you know about a person or not, just like that you leave one message, one dialogue in the open, that lady is like that. So what do you know about her? You don't know, absolutely 5% also you don't know. And what is there behind, what is her story, what is her personal story also nobody knows. But simply we will make a comment. she is that type. What that type? This is also comes under the harassment. Impact of inappropriate behavior against the working woman. Professionally, personally, if you see, professionally decreased work performance, increased absenteeism, loss of pay, loss of promotional opportunities, retaliation from the respondent or colleague or friends, subjected to gossip and scrutiny at work, being objectified, becoming publicly sexualized, defamation. I was telling an example just now. If you create some rumor against a particular woman employee that she is of that type, no, I know her, she is that of that type, that if you see that becoming publicly sexualized, so you have no right to talk about a woman without knowing her backdrop or history or her stature or her personal issues. So once you start talking, naturally somewhere it will start. So naturally it will be by mouth. Mouth publicity is more biggest marketing publicity and most dangerous publicity. If I utter some nonsense, so what the other person will believe? So sir, ED legal is telling, sir, there must be some fact in that. So like that, one by one, it will percolate into the society. But fact remains, nothing may be there. And if you see the personal side, depression for the woman employee, anxiety, panic attacks, traumatic stress, sleeplessness, shame, guilt, self-blame, difficulty in concentrating, headaches, fatigue, loss of motivation, personal difficulties with time, eating disorders, feeling betrayed and or violated, feeling angry or violent towards the respondent. So what are the laws that are governing the sexual harassment? Sexual harassment of women at workplace, that is POSH Act and rules made thereunder, Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita and Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946. So mainly these three acts handles the sexual harassment issues under the law. No women employee shall be subjected to sexual harassment at workplace, section 3(1) of the Act says. Now, what is employee's responsibility? Now I am not talking about the woman who is getting harassment or the person who is harassing her. Other employees, what is the employee's responsibility? First of all, if any sort of complaint is there, you have to understand the situation. Suppose one lady is suffering maybe with some harassment and she wants to bring it to the knowledge of somebody about the harassment. First of all, we the colleagues or other employees should not leave her to her fate. And being if women employees are there, fine. Otherwise, other colleagues also will try to support her. If you don't want to support, leave it. But don't try to spoil her reputation or career. Second thing is observe. Suppose, one example I'll tell you. Suppose I have a lady colleague in my office. And that lady colleague's behavior suddenly changed. She is always under the fear or she is always under the pressure. So, as an employee, co-employee, what my duty is that, if possible, I can call her. Why? What is the problem? These days you are not normal. Sometimes, first time she may tell, she may not tell. But if you pursue further, if she like to say, she will tell. This is the problem. Some fellow is after me, or he is talking me over phone, or he is talking. If he is a co-employee, definitely you have to come into the picture and you have to help her by bringing those things. So at least support her. Then examine if any complaint has been given by her, that a so-and-so person or from so-and-so department is trying to, as he is following me or he is trying to stack me like that, then you have to examine that issue. What is the truth? What is the severity of the offense? Then you have to support her. Then confront. You call that person and try to confront why you are doing this nonsense. If you are not going to stop that, we will take up with the management. Like that also you can tell. For that, you need not be a police, you need not be a higher echelon personality, or you need not be a ICC member. Any normal employee also can do that, provided if you have a concern for your own colleague in the office. Sometimes what will happen, many times, not sometimes, many times, if some problem is there, half of the colleagues will say, that fellow is like that only, she has to have it. That is a common intention, common reaction of the people. But let us think that if you are putting in that scenario, how you will feel bad. And sometimes nobody can say that you may not face that consequence. So when the consequences are there, try to help. Otherwise, don't spoil, at least. Then resolve and support. If you can resolve the issue by calling both the parties or the respondent, warn him or tell him that this is not the way. and resolve. If nothing is resolved at your end, then automatically the legally recognized methods are there. They have to pursue those methods only. So everything, if you want to see that only ICC has to handle the case or police has to handle the case, unless we ourselves take those things into our consideration and help the colleagues or help yourself, nothing is going to happen. Because this is a never-ending story. You cannot say which person will react in which manner at what time. Who is the employee? Employee is also, there is a definition. You may feel that, sir, who will be falling under the employee category? Employed on regular, temporary, ad hoc or daily wage basis. They need not be permanent employees. Everybody will fall under the employee category. Regular, temporary, ad hoc or daily wage basis. Even the persons who are coming into our township on the apprentices, they will also come under this definition. Either directly or through an agent with or without the knowledge of the principal employer, whether for remuneration or not, working on a voluntary basis or otherwise, whether the terms of employment are express or implied, and contractor, co-worker, contract worker, probationer, apprentice are called by any other such name. So all these persons will be falling under the employee category. Employee doesn't mean to say that only permanent employee and FTE basis only. Everyone will be falling under the employee. Suppose a regular employee woman is there, one contract labor or a person who is an auto driver, he is trying to harass her. You can bring it to the knowledge of either ICC or to the police. If they are connected with the NLC, naturally ICC will come into the picture. Or the local district committees are also there. Also you can make a complaint. So aggrieved woman is working, visiting workplace, student. The three categories: working woman, visiting workplace for a specific purpose, and a student. Working woman, domestic worker, regular, temporary, ad hoc, daily wager, for remuneration, voluntary basis, otherwise, employed directly or through an agent, contract worker, probationer, trainee, apprentice, called by any other such name. I'll be telling you 2-3 examples where we have handled the cases in our own company, the apprentices. Women apprentice mean girls have joined as an apprentice, against them the offence of sexual harassment has taken place. So we have handled those cases. So if you see the aggrieved woman need not be a permanent employee or a temporary. All these category of women will be falling under the aggrieved woman. So what is the workplace? Now we know who is the employee, but you may be saying that what is the workplace means everything is workplace here, company. But there is a definition for that. All premises, including corporate office, head office, branch office and all other premises, locations, establishments, institutions, units, sites controlled directly or indirectly by the company and or where from business of the company is conducted. Suppose one employee is harassing another women employee in the central bus stand. Can I say that it is not a workplace as per this definition? No. It is falling under the workplace because it is controlled and regulated by the NLC, directly or indirectly. All other premises where employees of the company visit arising out of or during their employment, including official events, includes the transportation and accommodation, if any, provided by the company for employees arising out of or during employment for commutation or residential purpose. Even something happened in the NLC bus, yes, it is falling under the harassment. Something happens in your residential quarter. These are all the places the sexual harassment will be covered. Government organizations, NGOs, house, companies, corporations, nursing homes, farms, education institutions, sports facilities, hospitals, service providers, cooperative societies. Anywhere something happened about the harassment, all these things will be falling under the workplace and all those people will be falling under the category of the employee. Now how to prevent this? Constitution of Internal Complaints Committee to handle the complaints, display on the notice board of the premises giving full details of members of ICC, display at conspicuous places as per place, penalties and consequences, providing training to sensitize the employees on the issues and implications of sexual harassment at workplace, and organizing orientation programs. So these are the few things, not all the things, few things where we can make aware of the employees and to enable them to pursue their remedies. And the Constitution of Internal Committee to handle, okay. Then Internal Complaints Committee. What is the role of Internal Complaints Committee? Every employer needs to constitute ICC as per the provisions of the Act to conduct inquiry into the complaints of sexual harassment, to make recommendations to competent authority of company in the matters of sexual harassment after conclusion of inquiry, to file annual reports as per the provisions of the Act. So this is the ICC in our company. So President Mrs. Uma Papa, and then I am the secretary. Dr. Nalini, DGS Medical is the member. Pratima Kuli, ACMHR is the member. And Dr. P. Mullai, Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Annamalai University is the external member. So as per the law, the committee should composite of 5 members, 4 members should be women. Because it is for the purpose of prevention of sexual harassment against women, the majority of the committee members should be women. Right? Out of those 4 women also, 1 woman should be from the outside. She may be a socially prominent personality, or a professor working in any university, or any person who is having name and fame in the society. So this is the composition of the committee in our company. What to do? Don't ignore it in the hope that it will go away. First time if you start ignoring the harassing activities, let us see next time. If he repeated again, then we'll see. Then it may happen or may not happen, but it may happen second time. Then also you see, okay, third time we'll see. If you start ignoring those incidents, first time, second time, third time, how the respondent will feel? 2 things he will feel. Either she is unable to give a complaint, or she is fearing to give complaint, or the most dangerous thing is, yes, I think she is also positively reacting. Otherwise, when I am doing something nonsense, why this lady is not giving a complaint? That means she is also having some intention inside, but she is not coming out. So thinking is very easy. So you should not give a chance. I don't mean to say that first time small issue, but it all depends on the veracity of the issue and your tolerance level. But the suggestion is that if anything happened, please bring it to the notice of the committee immediately. Don't blame yourself and don't delay. Be sure to say no clearly and firmly if anything happened in the first time itself. Speak out. Speaking out about sexual harassment is an effective tool in combating it. No need to shy and no need to hesitate. Unless you speak, people will not know. Unless you speak, people will not know that you are suffering. And if you prefer to suffer continuously, it is your fate. But government and management and authorities have given you a chance to come out with your grievance of your harassment. I'll show a small video.
Hi, it's Hella. I'm back again. I have something really important to talk about. It's a subject we rarely discuss because it can make us feel uncomfortable. Sexual harassment at the workplace. Some of you already know what that means. You may have even experienced it. You might be wondering, how do I know about this subject? Well, it's happened to me. At first, I avoided the issue and didn't know who to ask for help. I felt ashamed, but there's nothing to be ashamed about, and it's up to all of us to prevent it. So, what is sexual harassment at the workplace? How can we recognize it, and how does it affect our lives? Sexual harassment includes both physical contact and verbal and non-verbal acts. It can be as simple as an inappropriate suggestion, comment, gesture, or even a text message that's sexual in tone. Or as serious as a sexual assault. Some of us don't know we are being victimized and feel powerless to stop it. A Vietnamese proverb says, being a flower is to be picked up, being a woman is to be cheated on by men. When this could lead to bad behavior by men, women can find themselves a victim of sexual harassment, and that's not funny at all. It is also unacceptable behaviour which is prohibited by law. It means factories have to take measures to prevent harassment, which they usually do through a written policy. Companies that buy our clothes often have rules against harassment too, designed to ensure factories protect workers. But many victims of sexual harassment don't know who to turn to if they have been abused. Often they remain silent or feel too afraid to report an incident. I also felt ashamed and worried I'd lose my job if I reported a problem. The problems didn't go away, and soon I was so depressed I didn't want to go to work. But eventually I decided I didn't want to suffer in silence or let others face the same experience. I first confronted the person harassing me and let him know what he was doing was upsetting me. When it didn't stop, I took notes on what happened, where and when. Then I spoke to my supervisor, whom I trust, and she knew exactly what to do. She went to speak to the human resource manager. Then things really began to change for the better. So if you ever experience sexual harassment in the workplace, don't suffer in silence, and make sure you speak to someone who can solve the problem. They will listen and they know how to help you. Do it for yourself and your colleagues.
So this film clearly depicts that right from the starting of the harassing activity, what you are supposed to. So you should not suffer in silence, and you have seen her reactions also in the film, how she suffered personally. Now what are the remedies? Any aggrieved woman, employee may file a complaint with ICC for redress of grievances. It is the responsibility of the ICC to send notice to respondents against whom a complaint of sexual harassment has been made within 7 working days. Respondent shall file his reply to the complaint along with the supporting documents. So it is almost like handling a court case. We have to give an opportunity for the respondent against whom the allegations are made. So the respondent will file a reply. Maybe, of course, usually admission will not be there, denying the allegations. Then we will be calling the women, both respondent and the complainant, for hearing. In that, in front of the complainant only, respondent only, complainant has to express whatever happened. Then respondent will reply, and whatever the evidences are there, suppose there may be some WhatsApp messages, WhatsApp photographs, or you can examine the witnesses, your own colleagues also, how the respondent is behaving. Every time when I am going out of the gate, this fellow is standing there, or is calling me like this. So your colleagues also can give an evidence. So taking all those evidences and the things into consideration, ICC will be furnishing a report, prepare a report, and it will be furnishing a report to the management. So that once the management gives the report, it will be acted as per our disciplinary process. This is another small film, just please go through.
Asma is a 40-year-old doctor in a government hospital in Delhi. Today is just another day at work.
This print looks like a pillow cover. Only if I use it as a pillow will I know how soft it is.
Such unwelcome or unwanted comments at the workplace are an offence under the POSH Act. In case of sexual harassment, whether employee, student, client or a visitor, you can file a complaint with the Internal Complaints Committee of the concerned establishment. Any unwanted sexually determined behavior such as inappropriate touch, groping, sexually colored remarks or showing of pornography are also punishable under sections 354A and 509 of the IPC. Rashmi is 18 years old and works as a domestic help in a private housing colony. Today, Mr. Arora's family is not at home.
Rashmi, you forgot to clean under the study table. Get it done right away. Are you done?
Yes, Sahib. For any woman working in an informal sector such as dwelling places, medium and small-scale industries, agricultural farms or salt plains where there are less than 10 employees, if she has suffered sexual harassment at the workplace, she can file a complaint with the local committee of her district. After preparing a cup of coffee, Adya sits for her conference meeting. Her company has allowed her to work from home due to health issues. She receives a message from Akshat, her co-employee.
How do you like it?
This is the third time now. Enough! Workplace sexual harassment does not have to be physical to qualify as an offense. If you are being sexually harassed on call, email, WhatsApp, or any social media platform, you can file a complaint with the Internal Complaints Committee of your organization or the local committee, as the case may be. Sexual harassment at the workplace is a violation of your fundamental right to equality, to live with dignity, to practice any profession, which includes the right to a safe environment free from sexual harassment.
So, in this film, you might have seen the woman who is working from home, how she got the harassment. Because she is in her home, she is alone, nobody has entered into her house, but still she got the harassment by way of electronic media. Now, what is the procedure for filing the complaint? Any aggrieved woman may make a complaint in writing with any member of ICC. There is no format. There is no format for filing any complaint. But only thing is you have to narrate what is the incident happened, when it was happened, at what time it was happened, in which place it was happened, what was happened. I mean, what is the exact thing happened. At the prescribed contact details, preferably within a period of 12 months from the date of incident. Actually, earlier Act contemplates within 3 months. Within 3 months from the act of harassment, you are supposed to lodge a complaint. Now the Parliament has amended the Post Act. The 3 months time is not sufficient because the woman who has underwent the harassment may be under the trauma or she may be hesitating to immediately lodge a complaint. So the Parliament felt that let us give 12 months time. 12 months time from the incident or the last incident. There may be some continuity of incidents. Suppose first time, second time, third time, then there is a gap of 1 month, and after 3 months again that fellow started harassing. So the 1 year period starts from the latest incident, not from the first incident. That also they told. And the complaint shall consist name of respondent, date and details of incidents of sexual harassment, name and details of witness if any, along with the supporting documents. And you need not mention all the documents and the witness name in the first stroke, because you don't know how the things are going to happen. Even afterwards also, when you are called to produce your evidence, then also you can request your colleagues to give the evidence. So this is the Gazette of India wherein the Act has been amended. If you see, Section 10 provides aggrieved women with the option of settling the complaint through conciliation. This provision is highly problematic since it fails to take into account the possibility of influencing, coercing, pressurizing or intimidating the complainant to arrive at a settlement. Earlier, before this amendment, there is a provision for conciliating the complaint, for settling the complaint, even the complaint is pending before the ICC. But the thing is, many instances, including our company, our ICC also felt at one point of time that in one complaint, without naming any individual or unit, I will tell you, in one complaint, there is a complaint against one senior executive by an apprentice, and when the ICC has taken up the issue, we have sent the notices to the senior executive. He has attended for the meeting. Then when we called them for the producing of evidence and documents, we came to know that complainant only has told us that the senior executive's mother, wife and everybody has approached the house of the apprentice with a request to withdraw the complaint, because it will hamper his promotional activities and also he will be losing his reputation among the company. So what they did, that age-old mother of, I think, about 75 to 80 years of age-old mother of the senior executive, almost literally fallen on the feet of the girl for the withdrawal of the complaint. So then we committee has asked, now what is the stand you are going to take? Because unless complainant want to pursue further, we cannot proceed further, because it is not that we have to take a call. So we asked the complainant in front of respondent and all the committee members, if you like to withdraw the complaint, it is up to you. We cannot pressurize you. But at the same time, You need not fear for anything, and the committee will take care of as per the legal procedure. Then the complainant told that, no sir, I want to pursue. My personal feeling is that I have to pursue. Rest of the things I am leaving it to you. Whatever you decide, you decide. Because she is also unable, because her mother and father also pressurizing that apprentice girl that no, don't give complaints unnecessarily because you are newly joined in the company. So you will be unnecessarily taken to task, all those things. So what ultimately happened is our committee ICC has taken a call that we have to proceed, and we have given the report and we have suggested for the penalty also. So the disciplinary action has been taken against the individual and he was transferred from this place also. So why I am telling this example is this section 10. Now with this amendment the section 10 has been removed because it is creating this sort of problems only. So the section 10 has been removed. Now there is no conciliatory mechanism once a complaint is given. You cannot withdraw the complaint on this, or you cannot settle. Sometimes what will happen, they will come and offer you 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, please withdraw the complaint. I'll give you some money. There may be instances that people may take money and withdraw the complaint also. So to avoid those things only, now government has come out with an amendment that there is no conciliation process. This is bill number 1/24. Okay. In this, what they told is within a period of 3 months from the date of incident and within a period of 3 months from the date of last incident, the words within a period of 1 year from the date of incident shall be substituted. That is how 3 months complaint time has been changed to 1 year complaint time. Now, who is eligible to file a complaint? Agreed woman herself. Where the agreed woman is unable to make a complaint on account of her physical or mental incapacity, a complaint may be made by any prescribed person on her benefit, on her behalf. Where the agreed woman for any other reason is unable to make a complaint may be filed by a person who has knowledge of the incident with her written consent. I think under this category, we received the first complaint in 2013. When ICC formed in 2011-12, we received a first complaint not by the directly complainant. One of the women employee, she came forward and gave a complaint that my colleague is suffering like this. So we have taken that complaint and we have gone through the process. Where the agreed woman is dead, a complaint may be filed by any person who has knowledge of the incident with the written consent of the legal heirs. Suppose if a woman after this harassment activity died, no more, then any person can file a complaint subject to the legal heirs to give a consent in writing. Or legal heirs directly can file a complaint. Majority cases what will happen? Now the person is no more, what we can do by giving a complaint. But the thing is, when the person is no more, if you keep quiet, that is giving an encouragement to the fellow who has done that nonsense thing, that okay, if we do something, if employee is no more, we can be scot-free. Right? Now, this is a complaints committee. In case physical incapacity, complainant's relative, complainant's friend, co-worker, officer of National Commission for Women or State Commissioner for Women, any person who has knowledge of the incident with the consent of the complainant can lodge a complaint. In case of complainant's death, any person with knowledge of the incident with the written consent of the legal heir. Now, if you see, in case of mental incapacity, complainant's relative, friend, special educator, qualified psychiatrist, psychologist, guardian, authority under whose care the complainant is receiving treatment, any person with the knowledge of the incident, jointly with any person mentioned above. And in case complainant is unable to file the complaint for any other reason, by any person who has knowledge of the incident with her written consent. Suppose somebody may not be in a position to lodge a complaint. So, suppose if I want to help her, I can just like that, communicate her by taking a letter on signature of her, and I can lodge a complaint. It doesn't mean to say that the same person who is suffering only has to lodge the complaint. Complainant content, what should be there in the complaint? Description of incidents such as date, timing, respondent name, and parties' working relationships. Whether the parties are working in the same department or other department, or whether another section, or suppose somebody is working in corporate office, somebody is working in the mines, how the incident has happened, all those things you have to narrate. Now, procedure of inquiry. No conciliation as per the latest amendment. ICC shall follow the principles of natural justice in all its proceedings. So, more than the legal provisions, ICC has to follow the principles of natural justice. That is, giving proper opportunity for both the parties to put forward their case. You cannot always see that respondent always commits wrong. If you that bent of mind with the prejudicial notion, if you start doing the inquiry, naturally you will be going in the wrong direction only. It's not that false complaints are not there. I will tell you, there were some false complaints also in our own company where we did. So it doesn't mean to say that all the complaints 100% are perfect complaints. There were some false complaints also to take revenge on the boss or co-worker. So principles of natural justice is more important, and we have to give equal opportunity for both the parties. And then complete confidentiality shall be maintained unless required by law. So we, the committee members in the internal complaints committee, never used to discuss these issues with any third party as long as the proceedings are going on. A copy of the complaint as recorded by ICC shall be given to the respondent as well to the complainant, and the respondent shall submit his response to the complainant as well to indicate whether the respondent wishes to ICC to examine any witness or furnish any evidence. Then complainant shall also indicate in writing whether the complainant wishes the ICC to examine any witness or furnish any additional evidence. Even though they are not giving in writing, once we start the inquiry, we will ask, do you want to produce any person as an evidence, or still you have any documents to furnish? Upon receipt of the response from the respondent and the complainant, the ICC shall conduct a hearing where both the complainant and respondent shall be heard in person. ICC shall be empowered to call upon such of the employees who may have been witnesses to the incident of sexual harassment and are connected in any manner thereto. All employees shall extend their fullest cooperation to ICC. Upon completion of hearing, the ICC shall prepare its complete report, setting out its recommendation on the disciplinary actions to be taken against the respondent or complainant. So the ICC is vested with the powers to recommend whether minor penalty is to be initiated or major penalty under the standing orders or under the CDA rules is to be initiated. And ICC committee also empowered with levy of the damages or compensation. Till now we have not levied any damage or compensation because all are employees either falling under the standing orders or falling under the CDA rules. Punishment for sexual harassment. To take action for sexual harassment as an act of misconduct in accordance with the rules, regulations of the company governing conduct and discipline rules as applicable to the respondent, or to deduct such amounts from the salary or wages of respondent as may be considered appropriate to be paid to the complainant as per the policy of the company. The provisions of the Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita should provide punishments for the offences attracted under section 75 of the BNS. So this is one of the portion from the POSH Act. What I already explained, it is there in the Act. The punishment for malicious complaint. I was telling all the complaints 100% are not true. So some false complaints also may be there. If false complaint is there, what is the recourse? If an employee is found to have raised a malicious or false complaint or given any false evidence, such complainant or such person making evidence may also be subjected to appropriate disciplinary action, which may include termination of employment, engagement or relationship with the company as the case may be. It all depends on case to case. It is not a general thing, but the majority, what is the maximum punishment, only I am just indicating here. But if any false complaint is there, if the ICC come to know that it is only a mere false complaint to take revenge or to put the other person in trouble, then ICC can take equal action against the complainant also and can recommend to the management to initiate action. So this is prohibition of one of our standing orders, and CDA rules says this. Prohibition of sexual harassment of women, the following circumstances, implied or explicit promise. So all these things, whatever we discussed till now, all those things brought in the document. Complaints committee to deal with the complaints relating to sexual harassment of working women. That is our ICC, Internal Complaints Committee. And the NLCIL CDA rules says prohibition of sexual harassment of women, complaints committee to deal with the complaints, and this is one of the misconduct, indulging in sexual harassment of working women. So this is the single line under which everything will fall. So your misconduct need not be elaborative paragraphs, you need not say. One single line which is falling under the single line will be taken as a misconduct. Now, this is the scenario of complaints in our company so far. Right from 2013 we have 2 number of complaints received, but harassment proved in number of cases nil. Those 2 are not proved. I don't say false case. There is a difference between the false complaint and not proving. false complaint is intentionally putting the other person, they want to give complaint. That is false complaint. Not proved is, there is no proof. So we also cannot take any action against the persons. Then 14, 15, there is no complaint. 15, 16, one complaint. 16, 17, one complaint wherein disciplinary action has been recommended. 17, 18, nil. 18, 19, nil. 19, 20, 3 complaints are there. 2 complaints it has been proved. Disciplinary action has been recommended. 20, 21 again nil. 21, 22, 2 cases were there. 2 cases disciplinary action recommended in both the cases. 22, 23 nil. 23, 24, 3 cases. All the 3 cases we have recommended disciplinary action. 24, 25, as on date, 2 complaints were there. 1 complaint we have finished, given the recommendation, and 1 complaint is pending. So this is the scenario in our company. But if you see the way how the complaints are coming, in 2-3 cases, we found that one lady, she is a contract laborer, working in a department. The supervisor or the junior engineer who is overlooking this contract labor work and other things is very sincere, always used to say that discipline should be there in the workplace. So this lady didn't like that. She want to come at her own time. She want to go her as per her whims and fancies. So this fellow has not accepted. He gave 2 times a letter through contractor that her system is not correct, otherwise I am going to surrender you. So that triggered this lady. Second thing is, another motto behind that is, the contractor who has engaged her has got some score with this junior engineer because his bills are not being properly passed. This junior engineer is always asked for the proper documentation. If you don't give the document, I am not going to pass the bill. And this contractor tried to manage this JE or the officer, whoever the case may be, that take some money and try to pass me bills. So this gentleman has not budged to those things. So both contractor and this lady has planned an activity and say that they lodged a complaint against her. So ICC has gone through, we have examined almost 6 or 7 witnesses. The ladies who are all working with her lady and also 2 employees who are working with the respondent. So ultimately we came to know that there is absolutely no sexual harassment. And during the course of final hearing, we asked that complainant, if you don't tell the truth, you are going to have a punishment. Now committee has come to a conclusion that there is absolutely no sexual harassment. You tell the truth, we will leave you. Otherwise, we are going to recommend that you will be withdrawn from the contract. Then she came out. Illa sir, uttrunga sir. Nada contract thonnadhu na complaint kodutara. My contractor told, that is why I gave the complaint. So this is a glaring example of a false complaint. Absence of complaints of sexual harassment doesn't necessarily mean absence of sexual harassment. If you have not received the complaint, that doesn't mean to say that there is no harassment. Because people have not come forward to lodge a complaint. And some people may be silently suffering. Some people may be fearing to come forward to give a complaint. Refrain from behavior that may offend or hurt people at your workplace, behavior that cause harassment to any woman employee at your workplace, behavior that may be interpreted by another as sexual harassment, behavior that may support sexual harassment in any nature, disbelieving a woman when she shares about harassment. Remember that sexual harassment is an unwelcome behavior. Suppose if a lady is explaining you, some harassment is happening at my part, believe her. At least at the first instance, believe her. But if you simply brush aside that, no, you might have behaved in that sense only, that is why those people are telling that there is a harassment. That is not the issue. Filing or supporting any malicious or false complaint, and refrain from producing any false evidence of sexual harassment. Behavior that may offend or hurt people at your workplace, behavior that cause harassment to any woman employee at your workplace, then what you can do? Be professional all the time. Set a positive example. Think before making personal comments. You may be feeling that you are so close to your woman colleague. But how your woman colleague is going to accept what you are talking? All persons are not like. Some persons make it in a lighter vein, some persons may take it in a lighter sense. But it doesn't mean to say that you will be taken as granted. Everybody you cannot take it as for granted. So when you are uttering something which directly hits their personal space, you should be very careful. direct them to the appropriate persons and authorities, hold the harasser accountable for his actions, don't make excuses for him. So getting support for the harasser also, it is wrong. Supporting harasser is also wrong. When a person is being tried by the ICC, supporting that person by saying that, sir, he has already put up 25 years of service, sir, he is a gentleman, sir. He may be a gentleman, but in this case, he is not a gentleman. So supporting a person who is the wrong is also wrong. And in law, in the IPC, you will be called as accomplice. If 3 persons are murdering a person, 1 person is really a killer. The 2 other persons who are helping that person will be called as accomplice. So here also, if you are supporting a person who has done the nonsense, though you are not directly responsible, but you are responsible. Report sexual harassment to responsible person in the organization. What Supreme Court said in this regard, just let us see 1 or 2 cases. In the Apparel Export Promotion Council versus A.K. Chopra, in a case involving charge of sexual harassment or attempt to sexually molest, the courts are required to examine the broader probabilities of a case and not get swayed by the insignificant discrepancies or narrow technicalities or dictionary meaning of expression of molestation. You cannot open your dictionary and say that molestation means 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. All these 4, it is not happened. So there is no molestation. So what Supreme Court says that you cannot just like that go to the definition meaning. They must examine the entire material to determine the genuineness of the complaint. The statement of the victim must be appreciated in the background of the entire case. Sometimes some complaints we used to receive, in that directly there may not be any mention of the sexual harassment. We do receive some complaints like that. But we never thrown those complaints. We used to send notices, we used to call both the parties, we used to hear them, then only we used to take a call. Because just like that I can say that in the entire complaint I can see with the lens and say that there is no word sexual or harassment. So it is not falling under the ICC. I can easily say that. But that is not the purpose of forming the ICC. ICC members has to take care of the issue in a holistic manner. Just because there is no wording that sex and harassment is not there, you cannot throw the complaint just like that. On 4th December 21, Supreme Court, while hearing an appeal filed by a BSF constable against the judgment of Calcutta High Court, observed that the right against sexual harassment at workplace is a part of the fundamental right to a dignified life, and it takes a lot of courage to subordinate, to overcome the fear, to speak up against the superior. It is important to be mindful about the power dynamics that are mired in sexual harassment at the workplace. There are several considerations and deterrents that a subordinate aggrieved of sexual harassment has to face when they consider reporting sexual misconduct of their superior. That's what Justice Chandrasud told. What he is telling is, if the aggrieved person is under a subordinate and the person who is harassing her may be in the higher echelon, there may be a difference between E1, E2 or E8, E9 or above. So naturally, a fear psychosis will be there in the aggrieved party that if I make a complaint, whether my colleagues will support or not, whether management will support me or not, or whether they will take revenge on me or. So these are all the hesitations. So what court says that when that relation is there, don't take everything in a technical sense. Coming forward to make a complaint by a woman about the sexual harassment itself is a great thing in our country. So when a lady is coming forward to give a complaint, don't take the things lightly and don't go for the technicalities. No, evidence is not there properly. So you will be sent out, the thing has not been proved. You have to see the circumstances behind the complaint. That only ICC has to come to an understanding that, yes, this incident definitely might have happened based on the circumstances. That is called circumstantial evidence. So that's what the Supreme Court also confirmed. It is important that courts uphold the spirit of right against sexual harassment, which is vested in all persons as a part of the right to life and right to dignity under Article 21 of the Constitution. Now, few illustrative situations under Posh Act. One of these 2 incidents has actually happened in our company. So I am only taking them as an examples that how we dealt it. Mr. A is a senior officer of a public sector company. B is an apprentice joined for training in the company and posted to Mr. A department in helping the office work. A started calling Ms. B into his chamber and asked her to sit aside side to him so that Miss B can learn the work easily. When Miss B tried to maintain distance from her sitting place, A insisted that B should sit along with him so that she can learn work on the system properly. And while he used to explain, he used to touch her legs and thigh portion repeatedly and used to say sorry, he couldn't notice properly and touched inadvertently. So this happened. This is actual complaint we received, and we have inquired and we have recommended punishment also. It actually happened. The apprentice has explained as if we are seeing a movie. How he used to behave. Even along with the timing, area and everything she explained. So there is no chance for the respondent to just like that go away. So we have recommended punishment to him, and he got punishment and also he got transferred. This is of course a domestic harassment example I am telling. Renuka is employed as a domestic worker where she is expected to take care of all the household activities other than cooking. Most of the days the lady of the house leaves early. Renuka is therefore left alone in the house with a male member of the household. Renuka finds the male member constantly leering at her when he is not at home, when he is at home, and often walks around the house wrapped in a towel, nothing but a towel, which makes her very uncomfortable. On one occasion while she was sweeping, he pinched at her bottom. When she protested that she will complain to the lady of the house, he threatened to accuse her of stealing and that he will ensure that she loses her job. This is another activity. So if you make a complaint against me, I'll lodge a police complaint that you have taken something from my home. And I'll see that you will not get employment anywhere. So here what is a workplace sexual harassment? In the above example, the male member by threatening Renuka to keep quiet about unwelcome physical contact if she wants to continue with her employment. His behavior occurring a matrix of power is unwelcome, sexual and negative impact on Renuka. So this is what section 75 of the new Bharati Nyaya Samhita in place of IPCT has come. It says a man committing any of the following acts: physical contact and advances involving unwelcome and explicit sexual overtures, or a demand or request for sexual favors. This is a non-bailable offence. If police is booking any complaint under section 75 class 2, a demand or request for sexual favor, it is a non-bailable offence. Bail will not be get that much easily. And showing pornography against a will of a woman or making sexually colored remarks shall be guilty of the offence of sexual harassment. Then what is the punishment? Any man who commits the offence specified in class 1 or class 2 or class 3 of the subsection 1 shall be punished with rigorous imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years or with fine or with both. If it is proved up to 3 years, the court can award the punishment, imprisonment. A man who commits the offence specified in class 4 of subsection 1 shall be punished with imprisonment of either discretion for a term which may extend to 1 year. That is what is the 4? Making sexually colored remarks shall be guilty of the offence. So that 1 year punishment, and all other offences if you do, anyone do, that is up to 3 years. It need not be that in all cases court will impose 3 years only. It can be 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, depends on the gravity of the offence. So a safe workplace is every woman's right, and with this I conclude my session. If anyone got any doubts or clarifications, you are welcome for about 5 to 10 minutes. I am ready to answer. Not necessary. The thing, what will happen now, if both complainant and respondent belong to NLC, ICC will take care. If respondent is not from NLC, then two things are there. One is district committee is there we can lodge a complaint, there we can do, or you can directly lodge a police complaint. Police will take care.
Like sir, if for an apprentice, if a neighbor is bothering, so where should they go for this?
Apprentice, they can give a complaint to ICC. I was telling you 2-3 examples. Na?
Okay sir.
Even they are temporary apprentices working here for 11 months.
Sir, in this case, the respondent was an NLC employee, no, sir?
Yes.
This I am talking, he could either be a contractor
even
or an outsider.
Which is directly or indirectly having a relation with the company activities.
Exactly, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. And then about the not proven cases you are saying, no, sir. Will either of them will be transferred? Even if it's not proven. You say it's not false, but it's not proven. In that case, will either of them be transferred?
Usually, we will not go for the transfer if it is not proved, but we will be giving one warning in our report to the women employee that hereafter you should not do like that.
No, sir,
False
it's
case.
not proven, sir. It is not a false claim, na, sir. It couldn't be proven, right, na, sir?
No action, no action.
Oh. Again, sir, you were saying, na, sir, highest punishment is termination for false complaint. Likewise, for a proven complaint, what is the highest punishment, sir? Like in NLC?
Termination only.
Termination.
Whatever permits as per your CDA rules, that is the highest punishment, major penalty.
Okay, sir. And again, a request, sir. Like, is this act publicized among men or male employees, or is there any board or hoardings like that which will be put up in all offices or sites?
That is why we have prepared this poster this time.
Fine,
now
sir.
this poster will be sent to all the units.
Fine,
And
sir.
all the units at the prominent places and including notice board, this will be displayed. And also we are going to put this one of the link in the intranet.
Fine.
So whoever visit intranet, if they want to go through, they can.
Yes, sir. Respondent can be employees, contract laborers, apprentice. That
Even
should
the
all.
respondent also can be apprentice.
Yes, sir. That also needs to be mentioned in that board, sir. It is just
Okay,
a request
okay. I
because
understand.
for the male, if the person wants to do something, he should be aware that he cannot even go near an apprentice or a contract laborer.
Yes.
That
Even woman, our that complainant may be a permanent employee, respondent may be a what you call apprentice. Also.
Okay, sir.
Vice versa
I'm
also
talking
can.
about the affected, and that's why, sir. Thank you, sir. It was so nice. Thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
good afternoon, sir. Actually, have you got any pseudonymous or anonymous complaint that
Actually,
sir?
without any details of the name of the complainant and respondent, we cannot entertain any complaint.
You don't take up anything? Oh.
Because what I am going to do? Suppose there is no complainant name, there is no respondent
If they
name.
are scared to tell their
Against whom I have to
identity.
issue notice? My role is like a court only.
Oh.
Suppose if you want to file a case in the court, what is required? Minimum things are required. Against whom you are filing? What is his address? What act he did? These three things are minimum requirement. Even if you want to give a charge sheet to an employee, these are things are minimum required. Na? So what he did actually, whether he is in the duty or not, what is his CPF number, where he is working, in which unit he is working.
Maybe all that will be there, sir. But the complainant number alone, identity will not be revealed. What will you do for that case?
No. It has to be revealed. It's not
has to
that.
be revealed.
Yeah.
In the history of our NLC, there is no complaint like that. And till now, sir?
Complaints are coming and.
No. Anonymous complaint or pseudonymous complaints?
No. Only in 2013, because I was the secretary right from 2013 for this committee. In 2013, we received only one complaint through a third party, not directly with the complainant. But still, we have not been thrown that complaint. We have taken into consideration and we have gone through the complaint. But of course, it was not proved. But pseudo-anonymous and other things we cannot entertain.
In vigilance, there is some PIDB concept, no, sir? Is there anything for this forum?
I could not get you.
There is one format called as PIDB complaint, sir. That is, identity of the complainant will not be revealed.
I'll just tell you one thing. We cannot compare the vigilance process and this process in this act. The thing is, this act mainly depends and mainly correlates to, I'll tell you an example. Suppose something happened, you want to give a police complaint. So, complainant or along with her relatives will go to the police station and they will lodge a complaint. And after 1 year or 2 years, police will ask you to come to the court and give evidence. Two things will happen. If it is a normal case, not a sensational or not a gruesome case, complainant has to enter into the that box, and she has to give the evidence in front of so many lawyers, court staff and public. Suppose judge feels or a request has come, in-camera proceedings can be conducted. In-camera means only the complainant and the respondent, judge and the court staff. Only these people will be there and two lawyers who are arguing both sides. All others will be sent out and court doors will be closed. That is called in-camera proceedings. That is the only thing. Otherwise, without disclosing the identity of complainant, we cannot inquire into the complainant. Because mainly identifying respondent by the complainant and identifying by the complainant by the respondent, both are important. Suppose there may be a common names, 2-3 persons common names in the same department. Suppose I am giving complaint, there may be 3 murtis in the department. I will just mention in the murti. So which murti? Other 2 poor fellows will be getting notices unnecessarily. So we will first hearing itself, when both the parties are coming in front of the committee, we will ask the complainant whether he is the person against whom you have given the complaint. And we will ask respondent also whether she is the complainant, whether she is working, whether she is known to you or not. So that thing will ensure first. Then only we used to proceed further.
Thank you, sir. So, sir, it was good to know about the presence of ICC and all that in our organization. So, I understand that there is always a threshold.
Yes.
So, only when the threshold comes do women actually come out and come up to the level of ICC. So, I came to know that even apprentices and all, everybody are involved in this. So, being in a part of the day-to-day activities in our company, when we notice ourselves or some of our colleagues or youngsters going through that, there could be instances in which they might not be willing to come all the way, even up to the ICC.
Yes.
So, can there be a system wherein the people who are working within the department or something, can we actually take a positive role and try to solve the issue, or are we supposed to actually bring it to the notice of the ICC?
Actually, there is no codified system like that in the company, but I have already explained you can help your colleague. There is nothing wrong, and you are not going to be questioned by the management that why you are helping that lady. It all depends on the understanding you and that aggrieved lady is having. Suppose some women don't like to come out, and they don't want to becoming a topic for everybody. This has happened with that lady, and whenever she is going in the corridors, the other people say, see, I told you, that lady only.
Yes.
So when you are hearing those things, people may not like those things. For that, lot of courage is required. So even if you want to help the people also, first of all, you have to take the complainant into confidence. On your own, if you start working so many things, ultimately when the complainant comes and turn around you and says, who asked you to help me? Don't do all these things. Then you can't say anything. So first let her take into confidence and say that I am here to take care of you. First give her some solace. Then 50% issue will be solved. Then after that you can jump into the fray and say that okay, we are going to help you. Or you pacify, or you call that fellow who has done that some mistake, and then you can sort out the issue. Rare cases.
Yes. And also, so being in as a doctor, what we notice is we have lots of patients, women, ladies who come with the history of harassment and all that. They are, of course, they could be the housewives of our employees. So there is no role for that in this setup.
That is falling under the personal area.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
If I enter all those things, people will beat me. So can we conclude? Now, after this program, there is a quiz program. So whatever I talked for the last 1 year, 1 hour or 1.5 hours, so my colleague is there. So he will be displaying one QR code on the big screen. You have to take that QR code. Then questions will be appearing on your screen. Whoever first answers, a time limit will be there that my colleague will explain you. Time limit will be there. So you just participate in the quiz. So there are prizes. Okay? So that ensures that you have understood my session very well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for the highly informative and enlightening session on prevention of sexual harassment against women in workplace, and for providing the resources for the remedies for women's grievance and to address the grievance. Now for the quiz competition on the subject, I hand over to Shri Harish TD, ACM HR LDC, and Shri Vasant Raja, DM HR Corporate Office to take over for the same.
Hi, good afternoon, one and all. How was the session? So all of you paid attention? Sure? We'll see. So we have this, okay, I think this won't work here, okay. Quiz on Posh Act, a very short quiz of 11 questions. Please go through the rules. Each question will be awarded, each right answer will be awarded 1 mark. and time allotted to answer each question will vary depending on the length of the question, length of the options provided, and the complexity of the question. Usually what you have taken is, I myself have started the stopwatch, read out the question, saw how much time it takes to read a question, multiply it by 2, and then give another 10 seconds. That's the time, I think that's ample time you will have to answer the question. Okay? And in the event of a tie, one with the least response time, lowest response time will be declared the winner. I think with so many people here, I think we'll have lots of ties. Let's see who is fast. Okay. The time will be calculated by the system itself. It's on an online quiz and everybody can participate. All of you get the same questions. Okay. And the quiz master's decision is final and binding. Okay. Whatever I say is right. Whatever I say right is right. That's it. Okay. Now let's please scan this QR code. For people from behind, I think you might have to come forward and scan it. Otherwise, you can log into slido.com and enter this number, the number #3768202 to join the quiz.
So who are then names are coming?
Yes, that's fast. Come on, how many people are here? What is the capacity of the auditorium? 250. I think it's at least 3/4 full. So I need at least what? 200, 175 participants here. 35, 42 participants. Come on. 49. I think people from the behind might have to come forward to scan. Otherwise, you can log into slido.com and enter the number given below. Quiz code #3768202. I think all of you have experience in participating in a Slido contest. It will ask for it. Once you scan, it will ask for your name. Please enter it. 63, not enough. Login பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? கிட்ட வரணும் அதான் சொன்னேன் நான். அது பின்னாடி இருந்து முடியாட்டி நீங்க கேமரால QR கோட் இல்லீங்களா? QR ஸ்கேனர். இல்ல இங்க இருக்கு. கூகுள் லென்ஸ்லயே இருக்கு.
வைஃபை ஆஃப் பண்ணி நெட் ஆன் பண்ணுங்க. நெட் ஆனா கொடுங்க. கேமரா டேட்டா. மொபைல் டேட்டா. வந்துச்சா?
ஒன் மினிட். கரெக்ட் மேடம். இதை கிளிக் பண்ணுங்க இந்த லிங்க். இது லோட் ஆகுதுங்க மேடம். பேர் கேட்கும். பேர் என்டர் பண்ணிட்டு ஜாயின் கொடுத்துருங்க அவ்வளவுதான். Load ஆகுது. It will take some time. Load ஆன பிறகு will ask for your name. You can enter your name and click join. You have to join. Sorry madam. One minute. இல்ல otherwise you can go to Slido. If you are unable to scan from afar, you can go to slido.com and enter the number given below #3768202. Get it, you joined all now. Question will come. Yes.
Other projects அவங்க காட்ட சொல்றாங்க கேமரால அந்த QR கோட்.
Okay. The camera கொஞ்சம் QR கோட் ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ண முடியுங்களா? People from other projects, I think the QR code will be visible on your screen. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் zoom out பண்ணுங்க. என்ன இது மறைக்கல கிட்ட இல்ல கொஞ்சம் தூரம் வாங்க. Yeah, slightly. Yes. People who have joined may be patient. The quiz will start shortly. We want more people to join. Only 97, not even reach 100 mark. Not even reach 100 mark. Sorry madam, கொடுங்க. Net, okay. Net கண்டிப்பா வேணும் மேடம். We need a stable net connection here. 103, okay. Yes, BSNL. 107. It is 12:38. We'll wait till 12:40. Another 2 minutes. We want more people to join. 111. Nice number. I think people, the QR code is visible here also. Can scan from here also. Yes, sir. It's loading. I think it will take some time. Once it loads, it will ask for your name. You can enter your name and click join. Unlock. QR scanner இல்லைங்களா Google Lens or any other QR scanner iPhone இல்லை தேவையில்லை பேர் கேட்கும். So 131. Can we reach 150? Just 19 more. ஜாயின் பண்ணியாச்சுங்களா மேடம்? நெட் ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குங்களா? நெட் இஷ்யூ ஏதாவது இருக்கா? எனக்கு கரெக்டாக தான் இருக்கா, நல்ல பேஜ் லோட் ஆகல. 139. 11 more please. இல்லை இல்லை ஸ்லோவாக இருக்குது, நெட்டு ஸ்லோவாக இருக்குங்க. இல்லை இல்லை லோடாகவும் பேர் கேட்டால் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. ஆச்சுங்களா? நெட்டு ஸ்லோவாக இருக்குன்னு நினைக்காம ஒரு நிமிஷம் கொடுங்க மேடம். அது இந்த கோடு என்ட்ரு பண்ணுங்க. அங்கே இருக்கு இல்லைங்களா 3768, அந்த கோடு இங்கே இருக்குங்களா #3768202. இந்த நெட்டு ப்ராப்ளம் நினைக்கிறேன் மேடம். இந்த கோட் என்ட்ரி பண்ணுங்க. பண்ணிட்டீங்களா முன்னாடி?
ஏற்கனவே பண்ணேன்.
3768. வந்துட்டோம். அது ஓல் போகலன்னா நெட்லேயே ஏதோ ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்க மாட்டேன். ஓகே, shall we proceed? Okay, be ready. Please, the questions and answers, both the questions and the options, it's a multiple choice. You have 4 options for each question. Both questions and the options for the answers will be visible both on this screen and your mobile screen also. Okay, once it is displayed on your mobile screen, you have to select what you think is the right answer and click submit. Only then it will be submitted, otherwise the answer will not be taken. Don't forget to click submit after selecting the right answer. Okay, any doubts before proceeding further? Shall we go? Okay, the first question coming right now. What is the purpose of sexual harassment of women at workplace prevention, prohibition and redressal act 2013? Provide protection against sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention and redressal of complaints of sexual harassment, both A and B above or none of these. I repeat, what is the purpose of sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redressal act 2013? Provide protection against sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention and redressal of complaints of sexual harassment, both A and B above or none of these. You have 10 seconds to answer this now. Time is running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time out. Only 128 have answered. What about the remaining other 30? 29 people. Okay, most of them have gone for both option C, both A and B above. Shall we see which is the right answer? C it is. So I think you can give yourself a big round of applause. Most of them, 86% have given a right answer. So now you have a basic hang of how to do it, right? Okay. Shall we proceed to question 2? Coming right now. Employee under sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redressal act 2013 means regular employee, trainees, ad hoc or daily wage employees or all of the above. I repeat, employee under sexual harassment of women at workplace, prevention, prohibition and redressal act 2013 means regular employee, trainees, ad hoc or daily wage employee or all of the above. Okay, time is running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and time out. 99%. Very good, okay. The right answer, again a round of applause of yourselves please. Okay. Why the volume of applause has gone down? Do you appreciate yourself less now? Okay, okay. You have mobile in another, okay. Okay. Question number 3 coming up. Be ready. Who can make a complaint of sexual harassment if the aggrieved woman is unable to do so on account of her physical or mental incapacity or otherwise? The options are her colleague or her immediate supervisor, her legal heir or a prescribed person, both A and B above, any member of the committee. I repeat, who can make a complaint of sexual harassment if the aggrieved woman is unable to do so on account of her physical or mental incapacity or otherwise? Her colleague or her immediate supervisor, her legal heir or a prescribed person, both A and B above or any member of the committee. Time is running out. 10 seconds now. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. A or B above, 79%. Okay, let's see what's the right answer. Option C it is. Okay. So question 4 coming up. Are you ready? According to Section 15 of the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act, what factors should internal committee consider when determining compensation for the aggrieved woman? Only the mental trauma and emotional distress suffered by the aggrieved woman, only the loss in career opportunity due to the incident of sexual harassment, medical expenses incurred by the victim for physical treatment, mental trauma, loss in career opportunity, medical expenses, income and financial status of the respondent, and feasibility of payment. I repeat, according to Section 15 of Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace Act, what factors should internal committee consider when determining compensation for the aggrieved woman? Only the mental trauma and emotional distress suffered by the aggrieved woman, only the loss in career opportunity due to the incident of sexual harassment, medical expenses incurred by the victim for physical treatment, mental trauma, loss in career opportunity, medical expenses, income and financial status of the respondent, and feasibility of payment. Time is running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. 94% for the last option. Option D it is. Okay. Proceeding to next question. Who is an aggrieved woman in the Act? The person working as an NLC employee, the person working as contract woman, temporary ad hoc employees, individuals engaged on a daily wage basis, either directly or through an agent, contract laborers, co-workers, the persons working as probationers, trainees and apprentices with or without the knowledge of principal employer, whether for remuneration or not, working on a voluntary basis or otherwise, with or without the knowledge of the principal employer, whether for remuneration. Okay, please ignore this fourth option, actually it's an error. Select option 1, 2, 3 and 5 only. Please ignore the fourth one. Please select option 1, 2, 3 and 5. 3 and 4 are all the same point actually. So please select option 3, 1, 2, 3 or 4. So sorry, 1, 2, 3 or 5, not 4. Already sent. You will see. Time is running out. Okay, very less. I think it's a fault on our side. We will see that. All of the above is the right answer actually. So okay, I'll do one thing. I'll try to rewrite the quiz again. I mean, this one I think we have to give an, there's an error actually. I think we have to give an opportunity all. Answer is revealed anyway, but still, you can go for it. People who want to change can change actually. Okay, now 147 are the remaining. Another 12 people yet to answer. We already revealed the answer, you can answer it. So this to give an equal opportunity to all. Okay, so I think it's only 147 are going to answer. Shall we proceed to the next question? Okay. Okay. Within how much time frame a complaint of sexual harassment can be filled that can be further extended to additional 3 months if the woman can demonstrate that grave conditions kept her from doing likewise? 9 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Within how much time frame a complaint of sexual harassment can be filed that can further be extended to additional 3 months if the woman can demonstrate that grave conditions kept her from doing likewise? 9 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Time is running out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time out. 86% 1 year. 1 year it is. Next question. The investigation procedure of the committee required to complete the inquiry within a time frame of dash and are mandated to take action on the report within a time frame of dash. 90 days and 45 days, 60 days and 60 days, 60 days and 45 days, 90 days and 60 days. I repeat, the investigation procedure of the committee required to complete the inquiry within a time frame of dash and are mandated to take action on the report within a time frame of dash. 90 days and 45 days, 60 days and 60 days, 60 days and 45 days, 90 days and 60 days. Time is running out. You have 8 seconds. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time out. Okay, 42%. I think this is more spread out actually. So most of them have gone for 90 days and 60 days. We'll see that. Option D it is. Okay. Next question. Under the provisions of the POSH Act, on completion of the inquiry, the internal committee or the local committee shall provide a report of its findings to the appropriate authority within a period of 7 days, 10 days, 12 days or 15 days. I repeat, under the provisions of the POSH Act, on completion of the inquiry, the internal committee or the local committee shall provide a report of its findings to the appropriate authority within a period of 7 days, 10 days, 12 days or 15 days. 21, 125 respondents, 132. Four, 3, 2, 1, and time up. Okay, most of them have gone for 7 days. It's 10 days. Okay. Next question coming up. ICC stands for Internal Complaints Committee, Internal Company Committee, Indian Complaints Committee, Institute Committee Complaints. I repeat, ICC stands for Internal Complaints Committee, Internal Company Committee, Internal Complaints Committee, Institute Committee Complaints, or International Council for Cricket. Time is running out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time up. Okay, 97%. Option A it is. Next question coming up. What is the penalty for an employer for not formulating ICC or non-compliance of POSH laws? Monetary penalty of 50,000, 30,000, 40,000 or 20,000. What is the penalty for an employer for not formulating ICC, that is Internal Complaints Committee, or non-compliance of POSH laws? 50,000, 30,000, 40,000, 20,000. Out of syllabus, sir. Question is not set by me. I am only presenting. Time is running. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But we can still try. 74 account for 50,000. 50,000 it is. Out of syllabus, how much? How come 75% have given the right answer? Okay. If I ask how many members are in Vijay's party, then it is out of syllabus. Okay, I think the last question coming up. What is a workplace under POSH Act according to section 2O of the POSH Act? A workplace under POSH Act is defined as organizations and institutions including government-funded private sector enterprises, societies, trusts, NGOs and service providers engaged in commercial, vocational, educational, industrial, health, financial or other professional activities. Hospitals, nursing homes, sports institutes, stadiums, sports complexes, and competition or game venues, whether residential or not, are used for training or sports-related activities. Places visited by employers during the course of employment, including transportation provided by the employer, dwelling places or houses where domestic workers are employed, all of the above. One more time I'll repeat. What is a workplace under POSH Act? According to section 2 of the POSH Act, a workplace under POSH Act is defined as organizations and institutions including government-funded private sector enterprises, societies, trusts, NGOs and service providers engaged in commercial, vocational, educational, industrial, health, financial or other professional activities. Hospitals, nursing homes, sports institutes, stadiums, sports complexes and competition or game venues, whether residential or not, are used for training or sports-related activities. Places visited by the employees during the course of employment, including transportation provided by the employer, dwelling places or houses where domestic workers are employed, all of the above. I've given ample time for that for you also to read once. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time up. What happened? I think we have to scroll down. I think most of us have gone for all of the above. Unable to scroll this actually. Yeah, you people are good in maths. Thank you. All of the above this. We can see a small green tick there. Okay. I think this is the last question. Let us see if the leaderboard comes up or next question comes up. Leaderboard. Sumita Shri, please stand up. Are you from Sumita Shri? 2 minutes and 24 seconds. Fast. Okay. So I think there's a huge tie. And Srashti Varshne. I'm sorry, are you from here or from projects? Varshne. Okay. Sangeeta Parande. NUPPL. Okay, so we have the list of winners here. So congratulations one and all, and thank you one and all for participating in the quiz. And thanks Muti sir, Turkumar sir, Vasant, who all had a part in making this quiz happen. Who said the question paper, sir? Okay, Ms. Saranya, who said the questions actually. Soumya also. Okay. So thank you one and all for participating in this, and thanks for the organizers also. And a huge, please let's give a big round. Now we can place your mobile down and give a huge round of applause for the winners. Sorry, sir. Lunch check. Sir? Lunch break for you. Okay, now hand over the floor to Anvi for a prize distribution.
Now for the prize distribution, I request our respected ED Legal CSR GH Shri Venkata Surya Narayana Murthy D on stage. Now for the prize distribution, I request Srimati Sumita Shri DMHR Corporate Office on stage to receive the first prize. Congratulations to Ms. Srashti Varshne and Sangeeta Parande, who has joined us online for the competition. Wishes to them. Kindly share your contact information to Mr. Vasant Raja, DMHR. He'll be coordinating for the delivery of the prizes. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Lunch has been arranged. We request everybody to partake in the refreshments. Please proceed to the dining hall. Thank you.